Hello everybody, Dylan here. Today we are going to be reading this Christian article, and it's on Mia Hamm. I'm hoping I'm saying that right. I can't wait till I get a comment saying you said her name wrong the whole video, even though it's not her real name.
It's Maya.
I got Jill here.
Hello, everyone.
I knew she'd want to be involved on this because we're reading how Christian lost his virginity.
If you like Sonic fanfics, this is totally for you.
Oh yeah, I'm really excited. Your tax dollars at work. This article is talking about the fact that Christian used the taxpayer money to get this prostitute. So I hope everyone that pays taxes is fucking proud that Christian used your money to buy a prostitute. We got a quote here. I'll read the quote. And those memories build toward the true love and honest emotions that have occurred during that relationship. Because without with the true love and honest emotions, it's just about as meaningless as sex with a prostitute. Oh, okay, so that's Christian saying how much he wouldn't want to have sex with a prostitute. Okay, so that's from 2009, back when he was classic Chris. Oh god.
Back before he said fuck it.
What has
he not become? What has he not become at this point?
The Christian of like 2009 was like, I don't smoke tobacco, I wouldn't do drugs, I don't want to drink, it's all bad. But then now Christian, he's just so
I'm a beautiful woman.
Like,
I'm a beautiful woman. Look at
everything that Christian was against. Like, he goes right into it now. Like, he is the exact opposite of what Christian used to be.
Yo, that photo of Mia Hamm right there, that so-called photo, I'm just imagining his father giving him the same look while reading this article too. Like, the poor man. All right, I'll go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you go ahead.
I'll read the article. So, Mia Hamm was born approximately between 1987 or 1988, or 1991 or 1992. Is a pseudonym.
I don't even know how old she is. As a prostitute.
It gets better. It really does, and by better I mean just scarring. Is the pseudonym of the woman Chris finally completed his fuck quest with, relieving him of his status as a virgin with rage, because he was just so mad.
Emotionally, he's still a virgin with
rage. Oh. Named after the former soccer player of the same name. Oh, that makes it even worse. She is a boyfriend-free hooker who advertised herself on the Backpage.com.
I need myself a boyfriend-free hooker.
How did he even think of Backpage.com? I've never heard of that site. Like, is it like the ripoff kind of thing of like Craigslist? Well, it has to be at this point.
Well, yeah, because Craigslist got rid of their prostitution section.
Like 2 or 3 years ago, so god, it's so fucked up. A site seized by the feds in 2018 for sex trafficking. Yeah, well, thank God. No more Mia, sorry man. Chris paid for an hour with her back in 2012 in April, which cost him $150 of his tugboat.
I hope it was April 1st.
That would be the best ironic thing ever, but I don't...
For Christian, for sure.
Maybe that's why people thought, like, he was joking about it. Oh, or not. I don't... Oh. And later had sex with her again the following month. Oh, guess not.
Oh, she fucked him twice? Oh, no.
That's even...
Why did
you chose that? I don't know.
150 isn't worth it. 150 is not worth it, but apparently she was contempt.
Whatever floats her boat. There we go.
His tugboat
at this point. So he chose to have intercourse with her despite his previous statements that he would not hire a prostitute because it would render the act of sex meaningless.
That is true.
And I can't believe that she would do it twice. Like, first time, ooh, my bad. Second time, nah, you just...
I hope he paid her double the second time. I really do.
I hope so too. His decision was motivated by a fear of going to jail for an incident that took place in October 2011, although prostitution is also illegal in Virginia.
He should have went to Nevada. He'd get a better looking prostitute, and he would actually be safe because they make their they're hiring prostitutes take like fucking tests and shit.
He probably wouldn't like the airplane flight or the car ride
if
there,
he can
though.
Go to
maybe
fucking
that's
BronyCon to fucking dress like a pony. He can fucking go get his dick wet.
But that's
then he'll have to pay an actual fee. He'll have to pay like $300.
This is why I hope I go this year, because it's the last year, and he said that he was going to possibly go, so I hope I can spot him there just for that purpose.
Is BronyCon finally ending?
It is, because it's the final season. Yeah. At least you don't live near it. I mean, imagine all the people that live like right there. But
I'm glad.
Anyways, details about Mia were revealed publicly in a text document Chris sent Renee. The document was originally an email given to an unidentified individual who provided Chris with Mia's back page ad. So this person provided Chris the page.
I love that, like fucking Clyde Cashing them had sent prostitutes like repeatedly to Chris, and he's like, my dad chased them away, I don't want that. And now someone else is like, hey, that. I'll give you a prostitute. And he's like, you know what, fuck it.
Yeah, I'll take you up on that offer. Take you up. You wanna read the description of this wonderful lady that he picked?
Oh yeah. Chris describes Mia as a black-haired, blue-eyed woman of 24, although her ad claims she was 20. They always claim they're 20. She was an average figure with C-cup breasts. That's not terrible. Her personality was described as nice, likable, and down-to-earth. Is that really what you fucking put in a prostitution ad? I don't fucking care about her personality. Like, if you're gonna pay to have sex, what good does personality do?
I mean, if you're gonna enjoy the sex, though, are you gonna enjoy the sex with somebody that's not down-to-earth, though?
Oh, yeah, I need her to be able to fucking talk to me about Frasier while I fuck her. I really care about what she's interested in, personality-wise. She has piercings on her lip, tongue, and nipples. Oh god, that does not seem like what Chris would be into, but you know what? I guess I don't know. She's half Cherokee as well, so I guess Chris thinks he's fulfilling the Cherokean prophecy, which Chris enjoyed. Mia has 2 daughters to a man who abandoned her. You picked yourself a winner, Chris. I'm gonna love it.
I feel bad for the daughters the most out of this whole article now.
I love it later. There's like 3 daughters, and one's Chris's, and that woman just never will admit that it's Chris's daughter. I feel so bad for the daughter, though. That's like the Star Wars thing where Anakin finds out Darth Vader's father. Oh, yeah. This could possibly mean that Mia was a teenage mother. That's predictable. She's a hooker for a reason. The girls stay with their grandmother. Mia travels from town to town in attempting to get an education to give herself. That's not gonna happen. You're hooking. I used all that money from being on my back to get my grades up. To give her daughters a better future. I really hope they do get a better future, but they shouldn't be in a house with a prostitute. And told Chris that her escort service is just a quick spot of cash for her while working in Charlottesville. Well, you're gonna think it's easy cash until you get an STD. She serviced her clients at Days Inn Hotel. Well, it's not a terrible hotel. It's pretty cheap, but still, it's not terrible. I thought Chris would fucking a motel. Like the shittiest fucking motel you can get, like a $10 motel.
I have horror stories about those kind of hotels, man. Oh, no.
Mia appears to have since quit the escort business as she took her ad down by May 27th. 5 days after her last known posting.
Maybe she did get pregnant. Oh no!
And no subsequent ads can be found. The title of her last ad read, "Just arrived, Mia Hamm specials all day and night 20," and it included a picture. However, the ad itself unfortunately is irretrievable, so its contents are unknown. I would say, and this is just me guessing, Chris might have told her in his second visit that he had told other people about her, and then she looked it up, and then she found out that people were talking about her, and that they were probably going to report her to the police.
Report her. Yep.
So it's probably better if she stopped now. But you can get this one.
Oh, I'm so delighted. So here's Chris's account of their meeting. I'm going to read this quote. Okay. So, I forgot to mention she really enjoyed my dick. It was so big and good that it put the last dude she was with to shame. Her words. Oh my gosh, that makes it even worse because she probably reread this. She probably found it because it was public.
Commented, they said, "You have rendered me speechless."
Exactly, under that, and then...
do you want to read the second post?
That's what I was gonna do. I'm gonna pull up the photo real quick. I have been in a good mood a lot lately because I finally had sex. That's where the Lonely Island song plays in the background, basically. So I'll divulge a couple of details. I mean, seriously, I literally awake and the first thing that comes to mind is the occasion. I am smiling for hours. I bet she's smiling. Ooh. She was a very nice and sweet early 20s woman, and even better, she's half Cherokee.
I don't think
we've hit it off from the share.
He said she was white. I doubt she was half Cherokee.
I wonder if he'd talk to her about Sonic the Hedgehog and how great Sonic was during this.
Oh god, do you think he talked to her about Sonic 2?
Hey, I made a comic and it's super, super famous. My character Sonichu, have you heard about him? No. Well, you're gonna.
Well, he's thrusting at her. Take that, trolls!
Trolls, I did it! Oh, man. We've exchanged phone numbers and we did it in her room.
We exchanged phone numbers? That's her business number, Chris. That's a business number. That's not the same.
But it gets better. I put together a nice gift basket for her to show my appreciation. Oh, aside from me and she, only one other very trusted friend who led us to our meeting knows the full story. And in the future, the other person who will learn of it is my sweetheart-to-be.
Let me tell you, honey, about how I fucked a hooker.
True love there, baby. True love. If you really want to know, you'd have to stay with me for a long while and more. Nope, I'm great. I'm turning around. I'm avoiding this trap while it's still there. I'm just imagining, his poor mom. Imagine if his mom,
I am so sad that he'll never have, grandkids, because I want to see him sit there and talk to his grandkid. Let me tell you about the time that I fucked a hooker.
I hooked a hooker. She said I had such a big dick. She said it was huge.
I bet he had to turn her sideways. Cause his dick is bent.
Oh, I don't want to know. I don't. That poor woman, like I said, after receiving back page ads of escorts from his unknown contact, so he drove to the Days Inn located between Route 29 and Route 250 to have sex with one of them. Mia was not Chris's original choice and was actually the third escort he contacted.
Oh, they kept denying him.
Yep. Riley, the one he intended to have sex with, never responded to his calls, and Kristen, his next choice, was quote-unquote unavailable. So Chris then decided to call Mia, who was available to see him, and told Chris she would find him and told Chris she could be found in room 338. That's the next chapter of Sonic's Ultimate Harem, guys.
No way in hell this woman is attractive. There's no real photo of her out there. I'm very upset that we don't have a photo of this woman, because I don't believe she's attractive.
I am and I'm not, because it's already bad enough having the scarring images of just him thrusting into someone. I don't know who.
Oh god.
But to have the imagery of
over when it gets to the fucking him describing the sex act.
Oh no, this is great.
Okay.
This reminds me of the weekend barracks parties and them talking about the meth heads outside of town. Oh god. So upon entering her room at 4:30 p.m., Chris could tell that Mia had been smoking weed, the devil's lettuce, and that made him uncomfortable. Yeah, that's probably why she smoked. She's like, well, this is just going downhill fast. He calmed down, however, after smelling his hand sanitizer. sanitizer. Like, oh my gosh. So he like carried the hand sanitizer with him, or did it like, was there a hand? Never mind. Oh man.
It's probably in the room. They put
It probably
sanitizers
was.
and shit in there.
Oh, they need bleach after what they did. So that
they're gonna need a whole new bed.
A whole new room. They stripped for each other and communicated good throughout. At Mia's instance, for an apple
one day
flavor.
I'm gonna go all the way down to Virginia and rent that room and wait to tell people why I got them into that room. I'll let them sit on the bed, enjoy themselves. I'll be like all the way in the corner. In the one area I don't think Chris Chen was at.
I can't. Oh, why? Why? She applied it to him with her mouth and then began to give him a blowjob. And of course, Chris enjoyed it. It states that her tongue piercing added to the pleasure of the experience. Afterwards, she laid beside Chris on the bed and they began feeling each other up. Chris described her china as feeling really good, and he found her clitoris. Oh, very good. And he found her clitoris. Here it is. There it is. Oh, that's nice.
This is probably like a video game tutorial.
This is how you do this. Oh, it's like Guitar Hero with the buttons. And he found her clitoris though Mia did not allow him to finger her. Womp womp. They began making out, but no
she
ton.
Probably wants to get straight to it. I don't blame her.
But she did have sex with him twice.
Yeah, but if it's just straight away sex, there's less like a personal connection to it. But if you have to like foreplay with someone, then it gets personal, and yeah.
Oh, that's true.
It's just business for her.
And then apparently Chris gave her a massage that he also gives Barb, which he claims she enjoyed. Oh, thanks. Well, I give this massage to my mom all the time. Oh, okay.
You didn't even
That's
have
great.
to massage her. It's a fucking hooker. You're paying to fuck her.
Well, maybe this was a sympathy kind of oriented massage. I feel bad for you. What's about to go on?
He needs to give her the massage afterwards. He weighs like, what, 200 something pounds? She's gonna need that massage later.
I hope he said sex just like it says in this. Then Chris informed her that he was ready for hanky-panky. He requested cowgirl with possible missionary later, though this did not happen. So he's probably like, hey, and can we do the hanky-panky? Can we get to it? And she's like, what the like, can I have the sex now? And she's like, hey, okay, it's fine. Her pelvic thrusts were amazing. He's making this sound this is like an Olympic performance. Her pussy was tight.
Generic cowgirl. I don't know why the fuck he would be. Well, I guess because he's a virgin.
Well, he's never. Yeah. Even after pushing $2 out of there years ago. Oh, and I supported her thrusts.
You got a really worn down woman. But then again, the other two fucking ignored you. They ghosted you.
It's true.
You got ghosted by prostitutes. That's sad.
That's why even though you say like he'd do a lot better in Vegas, I highly doubt it. Because even a lot of those chicks there have some standards. Like,
you got enough money and they'll fucking go for it.
Yeah, but I don't want to be known as the hooker on like the main strip of Vegas that banged Chris though. Like that's a reputation kind of thing. That's bad. And I supported her thrust with my hands on her knees, weaving. I thought it said waving for a second. Weaving really back and forth.
Is that really fucking support? You're not helping her any. You're probably weighing her down further.
I also gave her probably saggy breast a good thrusting. Oh no. I felt her front pelvic bone, which really made the top of the game. She came and I came, but on my coming, it was only half felt, and the semen was mostly outside, but a smidge on the outside of the condom confirmed it.
Oh no, that definitely means that she could be pregnant.
That's.
I can't wait until Chris has like a.
Dude, I wish that Jerry Springer was still around because this would be, or Maury, this would be a perfect episode.
Is still around.
He is, Maury is, but I mean, like, old school, like, Jerry Springer with this, I'm just...
Yeah. Back when Jerry Springer would, like, racist on his channel and shit.
Yup. Yep. Afterward, Chris washed his duck with a washcloth. Like I said, I feel bad for the washcloth because it witnessed this. He had brought with him. They spent the rest of their time conversing.
I don't know if you know this. You're supposed to take a shower. You can get a yeast infection. Don't do that, Chris. That's bad.
He doesn't know. He probably doesn't know the difference, though. I'm just saying. He probably already had one at this point because of how like poor his hygiene was. Anyways, like it's like playing Pokemon with him. He's evolving it. And Chris gave Mia a gift basket containing 3 apples, lavender air freshener, breath mints, a 4-gig flash drive with the track sets of the 1990 WTJU Jazz Marathon, Teenage Dream, and Stronger. What doesn't kill you?
She's gonna need that song. She's gonna need those mints in that song for sure.
I wish you presented this to her like beforehand, because I would have loved to hear that playing while
they fuck.
I would exactly. It would have been motivation to just hurry up and get done. And a Hello Kitty Pez I'm sure that's what she's dispensing the breath mints in. Like, I'm sure that's what she did afterwards. Mia told him a bit about her background, and Chris talked to her about the trolls.
Oh, no. Why?
Oh, no. So talked to her about Family Guy and South Park before her clock chimed, indicating the next appointment was arriving. Chris promised that he would call her later, which he did at 6:30. Mia had already finished with her next client and told Chris that he was a disappointment to her. Hey, money's money. She said that the man's penis was smaller than Chris's.
Oh, the last guy. Okay. The last guy was
okay.
Disappointment.
Yep.
I thought she was letting him off easy.
And that it was a wiener in a hallway situation. Oh, no.
So what? She was just bragging to Chris to get another buy from him, so it'd be like, oh yeah, I'm so good. I need to do this again.
Yeah, you were nothing compared to him. This dude was a weenie in a hallway. He was just...
He sucked. Fuck him.
He was a tugboat in the ocean. It was horrible. And then soon after, Chris posted on Facebook that he was no longer a virgin. Like I said, he was probably trying to do backflips and shit after this. He taunted...
can't do backflips. Yeah.
Exactly. Oh man. He taunted trolls with the fact that the only people who would ever know the full story would be himself, Mia, and apparently he let his future sweetheart know, of course, because that's, if I'm going to try to date someone, I want them to know exactly what might be.
Probably a made-up woman. Just another...
Probably. Chris sees no problem with telling a potential girlfriend that he had his first sexual encounter with a prostitute and expects them to be completely okay with this, because that's what I see in a man. That's what I want. You hook up with hoes?
An STD. That's what I'd be worried about if I was with someone. They're like, hey, I had sex with a prostitute. Oh no, I don't like where this story's going.
Excuse me, I'm gonna leave now. Where are you going? I'll be back, but never came back.
Yeah.
Chris saw her again the following month, though the details of their second encounter are unknown. Mia appears to have left the escort business very soon after her second meeting with Chris. Like I said, she probably got pregnant, meaning that he would have been one of her last clients.
Or he could have fucking actually went missionary that time and just broke her hip. Just like completely shattered her like a sex doll. So he just broke her.
I would like to let you know that being 24 years of age and having a hip implant is horrible. So I can only imagine the worst circumstance for this woman if that were the case.
Because he kept fucking blow-up dolls and then he would pop them internally. So what if he like got on top of her and just fucking broke her?
And she popped like a balloon. Yeah, that's not something to write on your resume. Oh, I could see him doing that, writing on a resume. I've had sex before.
I broke a woman.
I broke a woman.
Usually
details listed down below.
Usually when men say that, they mean in like I'm so strong, she just couldn't handle it. But with him, no, he's just so fucking fat.
I've dated a fat dude too, and it was just, oh God. That poor woman. One can only speculate on whether having to sleep with a foul-smelling, overweight, autistic man-child with a bent penis on a somewhat regular basis caused Mia to reevaluate her career choices.
That's good for her. I'm gonna read this final one.
Go ahead.
Fantasy versus reality. Given what we know about Chris, there is a strong possibility that This is not the true and honest version of what happened. Chris paints himself to be unrealistically competent at sex for a virgin whose only prior knowledge comes from pornography. Come on, no. He had sex dolls. He has some experience, quote unquote.
See, every time you bring up sex dolls, I think of the one from Airplane, the pilot one, and that's what cracks me up, because I'm imagining him have sex with that pilot sex doll, and it's just like...
Those videos are online. They can be seen if you venture into that field.
You know, some things are meant to just be shut and locked behind a door and never to be viewed upon again. This would be one of those.
Additionally, Chris describes the incident as going off without a hitch, which highly unlikely for a number of reasons, the most obvious of which is his horrifyingly bent duck. It is highly likely that Chris is omitting unflattering details or making up flattering ones to make himself look better. Chris' notion that Mia enjoyed this experience probably stems from the fact that prostitutes often pay their Johns compliments. That's what I was thinking too. Like, a prostitute will always compliment you. That's how they get future customers. You compliment them and they come back for more.
See, but I wouldn't have complimented him. I wouldn't have wanted, if I were in her situation and saw that duck and had that inside of me, I would have done the opposite. Well, this dude was huge. He was a pro. He had abs. You know.
I would just be like, dear God, I have enough money now to buy myself a gun and a couple bullets.
How would you feel about getting a gift basket with 3 apples? Like the apples, like, well, you're gonna need these after we get done.
I'm telling you, $150. I'm gonna go get me a gun. There's nothing left in my life.
Yes.
Because it helps them make money if they do so. Chris would probably be naive enough to believe that she was being sincere, or he would just be telling himself that she was in order to serve his already massive ego. Indeed, in response to speculation about the event on the Chris Chan discussion forum on the Kiwi Farms website, Chris' former troll Alec Benson Leary wrote, that's the guy who made Asperchu, isn't it? Alec Benson Leary?
I think so. The name does sound really familiar, which makes it even better that this is coming from him.
Asperchu guy. Yeah, Jesus, people, let me ask those of you who weren't virgins a question. What was the least interesting time that you had sex? Chris' hooker time was a 10th as interesting as that. He laid down, the hooker got on top of him and rode him for a little bit. Then Chris decided his life was better than it was a day previously. The end. I mean, that sounds accurate to what he described. He said the hooker rode him and then that was it. And I said earlier, I thought it was pretty fucking boring.
That's probably why he gave her the apples. You're so many calories, you're gonna need these for afterwards. But the air freshener, it's like he knew. Like, he knew this isn't going to be good, and to be sympathetic with her, that's why he gave her what he did.
Well, the air freshener stems all the way back to, even when he was, like, thinking he was going to get better women, he still thought air fresheners. I don't know why. I would assume that he just thinks that women should smell, like girly at all times. So even if they do something sweaty, they should smell good afterwards. It's the same notion of him, like, spraying Axe all over his body.
It's like the Hello Kitty Pez dispenser. Like, just imagine her situation. Like, oh, I got you a gift basket. Okay. Why the fuck is there a Hello Kitty Pez dispenser? I thought it was cute. Is it not cute? Like,
you probably asked his mom for some money and she gave him like some extra money and he just bought her some random shit from the dollar store.
That, and then the apples probably came from their house too, even though I wouldn't touch those apples. I would not get near those if that were the case.
So what did you think of Chris's experience with Mia?
You know, I was thinking of Dark Souls. There, and how, like, I regretted, like, dying repeatedly in that game. And I think that Mia felt the same way when she was with Chris. Just repeatedly dying inside.
Well, I say the only thing that I need to take away from this is she instantly retired. Like, it doesn't matter how much of a future she wants to have. It doesn't matter how much she wants to get her education and help her kids. Fucking Chris Chan made her realize that there's more to life. And hopefully...
Turned her straight.
Hopefully she has an actual job now, because even flipping burgers is better than fucking Chris Chan.
Well, if y'all know anything about this potential third daughter that we were joking about, you know, and if it could be Chris's, you know, send the comments down below, because that would be sad and funny to know as well. So
yeah, it was great having you on. I'll link your channel if you want to.
Sure, man. I'll let you know. Thanks everybody. You do have a Discord. I don't know if you wanted to post the link to it in the YouTube video, but
I guess I will for once.
Yeah, Dylan has a great Discord. There's a great community on there. It's great for when you want to know when he uploads videos and when he does collabs with other people like Jesse Pajamas. So thanks, man. I appreciate being on the channel.
And thanks everybody for watching. Bye, guys.
Bye.